And then she comes out, I mean, and then look at me, you know, doing different things on talk radio. Look at me asking people's questions, and look at Lisa Vorderbrueggen. Look, she even says after the debate, and we linked to all this in the description, that it was basically boring. Then she tries to put over that there was they tell me up to 500 people here. They tell me, wait, you're the moderator, you're looking at the crowd. You can't make an estimate of what the crowd is? Guess what? I can estimate what the crowd is when they panned the shot and it looked like basically crickets. This was maybe like a bingo's night or something like that at a small retirement home. Or, you know, I mean, I'll have to look again, but I mean, my quick count was 60, 70. Not the, you know, definitely not 500. You know, nobody is breaking down the doors to hear what you have to say about politics or have you moderate anything. You only have gotten these gigs because you're from the Contra Costa Times. And that's why your own, you know, whether IB Buzz, whatever like that, is also crickets. And I'm just being real with you. See, you should respect, you have no respect. You should respect what I've built, what now we've built, what the Villa Army and CNM has built. Something real, something strong, something you had to deal with and can't deal with, and you could never do that on your own. We did it from nothing. You see, you're getting all this push from the big CC Times, and you're flailing. That's just fact, and in my opinion. Okay, it's my opinion. It's my opinion, but you know, I'll say this, that I'll leave it up to anyone else to judge it. And that's what I'm saying. You can hate me. Look at the facts. Compare and contrast. Look at the facts. If you look at the facts, I'm quite confident everyone will come to the same conclusion. So I will say again to the audience, which I love you guys, and any Republican and conservative candidates out there, in my personal opinion, you can't trust Lisa Vorderbrueggen to do you right. You can't trust the Contra Costa Times. You can't trust hardly any of these, you know, mainstream liberal media and stuff like that. Doesn't mean that they don't try to do their job well. Doesn't mean that they're not professionals or whatever like that. It just means that, you know what? I'm straight about it. Everyone has a bias. Everyone has a point of view. Everyone, you know, particularly if you're a political reporter, you're interested in this stuff. If you're interested in this stuff, you have a point of view. If you have a point of view, you have a bias. You have a side that you root for. Period. End of story. Saying you decline to state doesn't solve it. Sorry. That goes back to a little anonymous BS. I mean, you know, I trust, just like if I'm buying a car, if you tell me that there's things wrong with this Ferrari and I'm willing to buy it, like maybe I'll get a good deal on it. But you don't tell me there's a bunch of things wrong with it and I find out about it, there's a problem with that. See, we have been straight up about stuff. So who do you trust more, audience? The people that carry the day with the logic and the argument, the people that give you all the information with the evidence and the proof, the people that have said straight up who they are coming, where they're coming from, what they believe, or the people that try to act independent, just reporters, and seem to be tipping the scales, seem to be playing favorites, seem to have a lot of controversy around them, seem to have a lot of flaps around them, and seem to not know much about this county, who the political players really are, what's really going on. Lisa Vorderbrueggen didn't know anything about me until she was told by someone. What kind of reporting is that? And she was told by someone that had a vested interest. So it's just, you know, again, if conservatives count on getting a fair shake from the mainstream media, like McCain, I mean, Rush Limbaugh has a great skit on this, about how McCain's crying, you know, how the New York Times used to be his long lost love, and yes, they will use you and elevate you when it works for them to punk other Republicans. As soon as you're the most conservative candidate in the race, or it's a general, they will turn on you too. They will always go for the most liberal candidate, or the most liberal position. That's what's up. If you don't figure that out, you don't know anything. That's why you need conservative media. If you want a real fair shake, you gotta go to conservative media. It's a Republican primary. I speak to the voters. I speak to people that are actually going to vote in this primary. Okay? A lot more directly than Lisa Vorderbrueggen. Now you can say that Contra Costa Times has more reach now than us. I don't know. Maybe they do. Let's assume that they might. But I'm not sure about that. And it's definitely the numbers are coming more in our favor every single day. Because we're not up against the whole Contra Costa Times. You have to say this. It's how many people really read Lisa Vorderbrueggen's columns. and are actually influenced by them that are voters in the Republican primary for the CD11, right? We know, and you can't prove that, right? I didn't know who she is, and whatever. You can't prove that. You know, she seems to be a basic nobody. Whereas I can flat out prove how many views, the minimum amount of views that we have on our videos, meaning that people clicked on them and they watch them. They're watching what we're saying. 3.5 million on just CNN, not including my almost 1.8 million, okay, not including what's on Facebook, not including what's on conservative media in Facebook, not including things we write on our blog, not including people reposting on Facebook, or any of our stuff on Twitter. Just saying. So that's what I'm leaving you guys with. This is the story, and this is all front to back, start to finish, our own personal opinion. We're not making any factual or legal claims otherwise, other than no, we're not on anything. We do put links as much as possible. We do try to put make a case as much as possible, but we leave it up to you to decide. And again, we thank you for being part of conservative media. We're showing conservatives why we have to be here. This is it. This is, am I mad? I'm not mad. I'm happy. To me, this is entertaining. This is a kick. This is the walk in the park. I've dealt with this for decades now. This has been going on forever. When we say we know how to battle these people, we know how to battle them. We say we've been fighting the astroturfers from day one. We've been fighting the astroturfers from day one. And it's only going to continue. Rush Limbaugh does this all the time. It's like what Barry Bonds says. They don't boo nobodies. Lisa Vorderbrueggen wouldn't be trying to take me out if I wasn't somebody. Period. That's it. Alright, I am John. That is Paul. Thank you guys. Subscribe to us. Rate this thing high. Check out the description. Check out all the links. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Did we make the case or not? Love you guys. I am John. That's Paul. Conservative Media.